up, fam, and welcome back. My name is Marissa, and today I want to share with you 8 tips on how to have a super successful no spend challenge. This video is part 1 in my Frugal February series, and today we are going to be talking about everything related to no spend challenges, such as how to set up your no spend challenges, what are the rules to run a no spend challenge, and what to do if something goes wrong. Before we get started, do me a big favor and tap that like button, but only if you love saving money, and let's dive in. No spend challenge tip number 1 is to plan ahead. A lot of people, when they start thinking about doing a no spend challenge, they think they can just jump right in and not spend any money for any random period of days. And if you've done money challenges before, maybe that's the case and that's great for you, but most people require a little bit more planning ahead and forethought before they start a no spend challenge if they want to be successful. Think of it this way. Most of us wouldn't just throw a dart at a map on the wall, buy a plane ticket to that place, and then throw a bunch of random clothes in a bag and head over there, because there's just too many things that could go wrong with that when you're outside of your comfort zone. So when you're planning to do a no spend challenge, you want to take things into consideration like, when are you going to start? When are you going to stop? How long do you want to do the no spend challenge? Do you want to do 7 days, 30 days, or try to go for 1 full year? Are there any big events coming up or holidays that you need to consider? And it's also good to run an audit of your stuff and see if there's anything that you're running out of that's absolutely essential that you might need to purchase in advance. Now, that doesn't mean to run out and splurge a bunch of money right before you start the no spend challenge, because that kind of defeats the purpose. But if you're running out of something essential, it's okay to be prepared and replace that before you start the no spend challenge. So like, for example, I was looking at my stuff and I realized that I am almost out of my face wash. So I'm just gonna make sure to have it ready for me before I even have to start the no spend challenge, because the last thing I want to worry about during a no spend challenge is not having the correct face wash for my skin. And then let's say that you're trying to spend less money on groceries. Well, then you might want to take an audit of your refrigerator and pantry and see what's hiding in the far nether regions of each, and start meal planning around the ingredients that you already have. That's gonna help you save more money on groceries during the no spend challenge. No spend challenge tip number 2 is to find your why. Maybe you want to do a financial detox, or maybe you have a shopping addiction that you're trying to break. When things start to get tough and you start feeling tempted to buy, looking back on your why and remembering the money goals that you're working towards can help get you back on track. If you've seen my video about the 5 steps that I use to set and achieve all my goals, you'll see that the first thing I always do is identify my why, because it's easier to overcome temptation and stop making excuses when you remember those big picture goals. In fact, let's turn this into an action step. Do me a favor and go down to the comment section and drop me your why. Why do you want to run a no spend challenge? What brought you to me today? I would love to see either a comment, or even if you want to drop an emoji that represents something that you're working to save towards. I look forward to reading your comments. No spend challenge tip number 3 is to identify problems versus solutions. Chances are that if you want to do a no spend challenge, you have a pretty good idea of what your money problems are. Before you start, sit down with a pen and paper and jot down 2 columns, problems that you think might cause you to break your no spend challenge, and list out solutions to prevent that. So let's say that when you're bored, you just start scrolling on TikTok or Instagram or some other social media platform and browsing because you don't have anything else to do, and that causes you to start buying a lot of crap that you don't need. What could you do instead to substitute this negative behavior for a positive behavior? If you have a hobby or crafts that you enjoy, you might try to do that, like reading a book or knitting. You could try meditating or drink some tea or call a friend to chat and catch up. What you want to do is you want to pre-identify any roadblocks that are going to stand between you and your no spend challenge success goals, and try to think of ways that you're going to navigate around them when they come up, because they will come up. Make no mistake. No spend challenge tip number 4 is to pick a level, and there's all sorts of ways that you can choose to run a no spend challenge, but I like to think of 3 levels: easy level, the medium level, and the hard level, that I also like to think of as boss mode. At the easiest level, you would just choose to eliminate maybe a certain spending category that you have problem with, like you just want to stop shopping for clothing for a set period of time, or you just want to stop spending money on eating out, and you just eliminate one category for however long you decide to do the challenge, whether it's 7 days or 30 days. At the medium level, you're going to eliminate all non-essential items. That means no eating out, no spending money to get takeaway coffee, no buying clothing. So you still need to gas up your car, you still need to get groceries to eat food. But basically anything else that isn't related to water, food, shelter, anything absolutely essential, you want to cut completely. And then at the next level, we have hard or boss mode. At boss mode level, not only are you going to cut all the non-essential items, but you're also going to take it up a notch by trying to make extra money, whether that means picking up some more shifts at work or trying to do some odd jobs around the neighborhood to make a little bit of extra cash on the side. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to try to be selling some clutter items that I have been saving specifically for this purpose because our home is so minimal. It's no problem for me to just put those in a bag. I've been saving them until this very moment, and I'm gonna see how much money I'm actually able to make on top of the saving that I'm doing by cutting the non-essential items. I do want to point out that some of these items probably would sell better on eBay, like these such as these Kenner shimmers, which are collectible items from the 80s. They probably would sell better on eBay, but for the purpose of this video, because I'm doing it as a month-long no-spend challenge, I'm just gonna try to sell locally. If you want to know more about how to sell on eBay so you can make money selling your clutter in the future, make sure to go watch this video, which I'll link up here. No spend challenge tip number 5 is to lay down your rules. And when you lay down your rules, that means setting out the guidelines that you're going to follow. And if you're doing this as a family, you need to make sure that everyone knows and agrees upon the rules, which is why on my no spend challenge printable, I actually included a section where you can write out the rules. And that's a good idea to write them out together as a family and then put the printable somewhere where everyone can see it and refer to it. And then make note of any exceptions or allowances. Like sometimes emergencies happen and you need to spend money. Like if your car breaks down and you need a new battery, you gotta get to work and gotta make money to keep paying your bills. So don't let that interrupt your no spend challenge. No spend challenge tip number 6 is to track each day. It's not only helpful to track the days, but it's also helpful to take note of any slip ups so that you can analyze them later and figure out how to prevent those kinds of slip ups in the future. You might have noticed throughout this video that I've been using printables from my minimalist budget binder, like the meal planning template to do the pantry audit and my resale tracker to jot down the clutter that I'm selling. And I'm also using my no spend challenge printable to keep track of the days. And I personally like to fully color in the chart with green for successful days and red for the days that I might slip up. But you can also use circles or X's or whatever suits your style. I will make sure to link my minimalist budget binder and the other no spend challenge printables that I have down below, but please remember, you do not need printables like this to be successful. If you have something like an old calendar laying around or a notebook or just a pen and a piece of paper, jot down and keep track of the days as you go through them. And that's gonna help you keep your eye on the prize and visualize for a more successful no spend challenge. No spend challenge tip number 7 is to forgive, but don't forget. So some people when they run no spend challenges like to just give up and stop if they slip up and they spend money. But personally, I like to use the forgive but don't forget philosophy, which means that when you slip up and you do spend money during a no spend challenge, you forgive yourself for that, but then you also take a look and figure out what went wrong and keep going so that you can notice this pattern of behavior that causes you to spend money when you don't want to spend money and prevent it in the future. And then see how much further you can get through the challenge. Can you make it all the way through without making the same mistake again? And finally, no spend challenge tip number 8 is to have a gamification mindset. Have fun with it, because if something is fun, you're going to be more likely to want to continue that behavior in the future. You're tracking, you're visualizing, you're doing all of these things, and the reward at the end, the prize that you're getting through this gamification, is the money that you save. When you think of saving money as fun, when you think of budgeting as fun, when you think that this is something that you're going to be able to do and feel good about it, then you're going to be more likely to continue this behavior in the future. I hope you enjoyed these no spend challenge tips today. If you haven't already, please make sure to like this video and maybe consider subscribing to my channel to join our minimalist family. We would love to see you around again, especially to continue this challenge, which is lasting the entire month of February. But no matter when or where you're joining us from, I believe that it is possible for you to save money and change your money future. And if you're looking for more tips and ideas on how to stop buying things that you don't need or save more money, make sure to go check out one of these videos. And until next week, I'll see you again. Take care. Bye-bye.